Derrick, I've heard a phrase, a term, a lot recently, and I'm not certain I know what it means. Can you tell me what Christian nationalism means? Well, I'm glad you asked. Frankly, the term Christian nationalism is a lot more complex than what we can do justice to in just the span of a few minutes. But let me see if I can help get you on the road. The best way I can think of to begin to define what Christian nationalism is start with what it isn't. It isn't normal, healthy love for country. Look, one of the blessings from God that I am most grateful for is my American citizenship. I have incredible freedoms to live for Jesus in this country that frankly a lot of other countries in the world don't have. I love celebrating my country. I have a ridiculous flag shirt I wear on the 4th of July. I love fireworks on the 4th of July. If called upon to serve my country, I would do so. If called upon to defend my country, I would do so. There's nothing wrong with that kind of normal, healthy, appropriate love for country. But what Christian nationalism does is it warps that appropriate love and begins to cause us to thoroughly integrate our idea of being a follower of Jesus with our American citizenship to the point that the lines become so blurred that we can't tell where our ultimate allegiance lies. In fact, we begin to think in terms of to be an American is to be a Christian, and to be a Christian is to be an American. Now, I really have never met anyone who would say to me, yeah, absolutely, count me in, I'm a Christian nationalist. And yet, the evidence of Christian nationalism exists everywhere. So that lets us know it's kind of difficult to identify whether or not we've been infected. So let me give you 3 questions to consider as you think through whether or not Christian nationalism has started to kind of make some inroads into your life. Here's the first question. Is it okay to have a thoroughly patriotic worship service on the 4th of July? Here's the second question. Would it be okay for us as a church to display the American flag alongside the flags of all the other nations on our church campus? And here's the third question. How defensive did you get when I asked the first 2? Because let's be honest about what I'm asking. I'm asking you, is it okay with you to not focus on Christ for a worship service, but instead focus on something else, that something else being America? And I'm also asking you, is it okay with the flags to have a visual representation of the truth from God's Word that His kingdom, of which we are a part, is made up of people from every tribe, tongue, and nation? If we are affirming of an idea of a thoroughly patriotic worship service, and if we are really angry at the idea that the American flag would be displayed along the other flags of the earth, then I think we've got some soul searching to do, because it's starting to indicate to us what is ultimate. And Christ said very clearly that nothing competes with allegiance to Him. You shall, He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. There can be no separation of devotion. Christ is ultimate, and that is it. And He cannot share allegiance in our heart with friends, He cannot share allegiance in our heart with family, and He cannot share allegiance in our heart to country.